for a master's program, but refused a visa only because he had not taken one. And he could not explain as to why he didn't take one. UK does not require GRE except for London School of Business, whether it's a GRE or GMAT, IELTS, which is UK IELTS, and Canada requires IELTS, better to take IELTS, and if you have a GRE, recommended that you have a GRE, because institutions like Waterloo, British Columbia, McGill, and all of them require these, right, even SATs. Australia also requires, but it is your option whether you want to go in for SAT or just make an application without it. Same thing applies to Singapore, Germany. If you have all this, it's good, but not a mandate, recommended. Good? We'll move on to the next slide. So we have spoken about the tenure of the programs. Average cost. I'm talking about the tuition fee inclusive living. I'm talking bare average, okay? So it is about 35 to 45 lakhs. We are talking about master's program here. But if I have to talk about undergraduate, it would be 25 to 30 per annum multiplied into 4. Right? So more or less there will be 10-15 lakhs difference. In UK is a little lesser compared to US. Canada is again similar to that of US. And Australia is anywhere between 20 to 18-20 lakhs per annum. Singapore is also same. Germany, its tuition fee is waived off if your profile is good. Specifically for masters, you don't have to pay tuition fee, but your living expenses you'll have to pay. So which might come if you're looking for a master's 15 lakhs, or if you're looking for an undergraduate program, multiply that into 4 years, approximately 40 lakhs. And for Germany, minimum requirement in terms of languages until B2, German proficiency language. That itself takes about, I think, good 6 months for you to complete. Now French, if you know French, nothing like it. If you're looking to apply for France, France also accepts profiles anywhere around 65 to 75%, and they do have a stay back option as well. Cool? Going on to the next slide. Now what should you look at while selecting an institution or a university based on the specialization which you're looking at? So these are few things which you need to check. Class profile, curriculum. Basically, what are the programs offered under that specialization? Does it suit your requirement? Do you think those programs will interest you? And so on. And the study methodology, basically. And apart from it, who's teaching? The faculty. You'll do a little more research on the faculty and the department. Next comes ranking and placements. Location, as I told you initially, right? Location, because if you're unable to adapt to the location, specifically Canada is a very extreme climate. Right? So not many people prefer going there. Same thing applies towards Washington. There was one student who, went for 6 months to do his master's and came back because he could not adapt there. Now again, he wanted to apply to another destination, another location. So you need to be well prepared. It's just not about the institutions, it's about the overall way how you can adapt, stay, and make a career there. Because money is spent, time goes behind it, no point retracting back and making a wrong decision. Kinds of research, again, there are a lot of research opportunities in US, similarly in UK and Canada, but highly recommended that if you are looking to do your PhDs and so on, US is definitely a better place. Then comes Canada, followed by about the popularity which I spoke about initially. Let's move on. Admission requirements, what you require are more or less covered initially, but we'll speak quickly about the MS as well as, MBA. Because you all are aspiring whether to apply after completion of your undergraduation or at the time of undergraduation, right? Not all of you are deciding to go now. So at least, but it's good to know information what you need to understand in terms of the requirement. These are basic requirements which you need to fulfill for an MBA. MBA, you need to take a GMAT, as I told you. How many of you are aware about GMAT score? Out of how much is it? No, it's out of 800. You need to have a score of at least about 720 plus. TOEFL is out of 120, you need to have 100 plus. IELTS are out of, I think, 9, you should have 7.5 plus. And all the bands. If you have any score which is around 5 or less than a 5 or less than 6, you retake your IELTS. Recommended. And bachelor's degree with a good percentage and 16 years of education. Work experience minimum 2 years for MBA, minimum 2 years. If it is higher the ranking of institution like Harvard or Stanford, 3 plus. Your essays, it's not SOPs for MBA, B schools, it's essays. There are different essays given depending on the institutions. So you need to write why you want to apply, what are your short-term, long-term goals, and various aspects to it. Then comes your resume. Your resume cannot be a flowery. I know it's very immature at this stage for you to talk about resumes, but good to know information. Most of our corporate people, other working professionals, have a very flowery resume design with photographs, graphical representations going on. Here, it's not what is accepted. It's a simple chronological order resume which is accepted. LORs, letter of recommendation. If you are looking to do MBA, 2 from your reporting manager, 1 from your reporting manager, 2 from your department, your HODs. If you have worked more than 3 to 4 years or 5 years, then it would be a reporting manager from whichever company you have worked. Now, coming back to extracurricular curricular activities, we'll cover that in the next slide. So we'll move on to the MS section. GRE. So GRE score is 340. That's the total cutoff. You need to have 320 plus. TOEFL IELTS remain same. Undergraduation must remain same. Unlike the work experience, you have your projects, internship, which you need to have, and paper publications. Right? So internships have to be specifically in the similar field of specialization which you're looking to do. Publication also has to be same, and projects also. There are people who do internships in different industry and then try and work in a different industry and apply for a program which doesn't cater. So, statement of purpose is a document which you guys or the ideally the MS students write, the postgraduate students. So this is a document which consists, or requirement is that about 1,400 words or 1,200. You need to concise everything in that particular document. Why you want to make that application? What have you done? What are your achievements? What are your short-term, long-term goals? Why the specific institution? And what do you know about the country? But again, all put together, just in 1,000 or 1,200, nothing less. You can't write history there. So extracurricular, we'll talk again when it comes to the SAT. Let's move on, please. So SAT, you see the requirements on top? SAT or ACT? AP, anybody who understands what is AP? Advanced placements. It's subject-wise test. Assuming you want to apply for a specific subject or a specific course, physics, maths, chemistry, economics, and so on. So you have that. If you have that and you score X score which is given there, it reduces your 1 year of education. So 4 years program reduces to 3 years. So you're cutting down on the cost of education and the tuition fee. The rest remains same. TOEFL IELTS. Your grades which are required: 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Right? Whichever institution apply. So this university will look at your 9th standard scores, 10th standard scores, 11th, 12th. All of them. Now school achievements. Most of you have certain achievements. Whatever program you're doing, whichever stream you are in, whether it's physics, maths, biology, chemistry, economics, and so on. Right? So you have your own set of things like achievements which you have on a regular basis, on an annual basis. So what have you done differently apart from just studying that specific subject? That are your achievements. Now essays. Now why that specific institution? As I told you, what have you done? There would be a question here, right? They would give you a scenario. What was the one specific thing which made you stand out during your probably while you're studying, or some incident? You'll have to write about it. But again, it could be of 300 to 400 words. So each university will have different essays, right? Specifically, if you have to talk about the UG program, different essays. There are 3 to 4 essays which you need to write. Some are optional, some are mandate which you need to write and need to upload. Some are hard copies, some are online copies which you need. So you cannot do a cut copy paste job. Assuming you write something extra while you're uploading that particular essay, the application online will not allow you, and that's when you need to really work hard to understand how many words there are, whether you have written everything what is required and it's acceptable. Right? So next comes extracurricular activities. What is your understanding? I'm sure all of you are part of extracurricular activities. What is it? Sports. What else? Cultural events. Basically non-academic related activities. Your music, your sports, your community service. So each of these parameters when the university looks, there is a weightage given. So assuming you have to give 25 each, the entire thing has to constitute 100%. That profile, when it goes to them, when they see it's 100%, they will match it against the rest of application. And if your profile stands out, you get the offer to study in that institution, not otherwise. So there are lots of applications going on. Why should a university select only you against the rest of application? You should have done something really, really different. Just to give you an example, recently we had an enrollment. The student came out from National Public School, 9.5 CGPA, state level cricket player. He plays music, a lot of certification in the field of studies. He wants to do CS, and his aim is only to go to Harvard, Stanford, or MIT. That's the kind of profile, right? If I have to talk about business, MBAs, you should have 7 years and all of experience or 5 years of experience, same field. See, again, MBAs cover supply chain, finance, marketing, sales, and so on. A guy who has done CS and worked in the IT industry, can he apply for finance? He cannot. I'm talking about masters or MBA. For undergraduation, if you come from a science field, but you still have a leave year. That first year will be more of a generic program which is taught. Then you can select your majors when you progress down the second year and third year, and then do your specialization in your masters and so on. So if you have not thought about what you want to do, think about it now. I know it's already time in terms of your 12th, 11th standard, still has time, but those of you who are sitting in the 12th standard, high time you start focusing if you are planning to apply and complete this prerequisite. Very much is very late here. The entire program will take you to a time scale, how and when, everything needs to start, so we'll come to that as well. Let's move to the next thing. What can you do? Currently you're studying, so still time for you to make up on your GPAs. Those of you who are lagging, work really, really hard. The other thing which you can do is your test preparation, which are mandate requirements based on the countries and institutions.